Ms. Tin Pei Ling asked how Singapore contributed to international efforts to fight COVID-19. Apart from our work on diagnostic kits, we were also amongst the first in the world to launch digital contact tracing solutions. And one of the first to develop a contact tracing protocol, which we then open source so that others could access it, use it, modify it. Singapore also played a key role in establishing the COVAX collective vaccine purchase mechanism. I believe several members, Ms. Sylvia Lim, Mr. Chong Ki-Hiong, have asked about this. We must start with the principle that fair and equitable access to vaccines across the globe is essential. This is not an ideological position. This is a practical proposition because no one is safe until everyone is safe. And this is especially so for a small, open country like Singapore. And no matter how well we control the pandemic within our borders, life cannot resume and get back to the status quo ante unless the rest of the world is also made safer. This is why Singapore was an early supporter of the COVAX Facility, which seeks to harmonize public and private incentives for global vaccine development. We founded and we co-chaired the Friends of the COVAX Facility group to provide impetus and support for the facility's development. It's very easy now to say, well, that's obvious, and why don't you do more? But we were put our hands up when it was not obvious and when everyone was focused internally. But under this COVAX mechanism, self-funded countries like Singapore will be allocated a certain small amount, but really what this facility does is to ensure that subsidized vaccines will be allocated to the other 92 low and lower middle income countries. So on this count, Singapore is a net donor. Make no doubts, have no doubts about that. Now, in a panic, in a crisis, it is actually quite natural for every country to look to secure supplies for themselves first. But we know that the virus knows no borders, and the COVAX primary value is in supporting wider access to vaccines. And without it, we would all be collectively worse off. In fact, members may or may not be aware that it was Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong who introduced the term vaccine multilateralism, which everyone bandies about now. He used it, and it has been in June last year, and it has been acknowledged by the WHO Director General, and it has entered the International Anti-COVID Lexicon. We also contributed US $5 million to COVAX to help low-income countries access vaccines through this facility. And our quantum took into account the needs of the larger international community and also our status as a tiny city-state, but a responsible and contributing member of the international community. The need for a multilateral approach to fight COVID-19 is therefore self-evident. And this virus, I repeat, does not discriminate across language, race, religion, or borders, and therefore it is in our collective interest to help each other.